Now it's the next day. I've been playing around on this. I got the starter out. That's the easy part. The hard part now is to get her back in when I get another one. But like I say, the easy part's getting out. The hard part, when I go put this back in, somehow there, got a wire that's got to slip on that terminal. Then there's two wires that go on here first. And then they got this weird up nut. Screws on there. And then your battery cable bolts on to the end of that. So that's kind of on the bottom side. This is in a blind spot. Plus there's another cover that goes over all this to hold them together. I think it was on there before. I couldn't pull it off after I took the battery cable. Yeah, so this goes on, then that nut. So it's going to be real fun trying to get that hooked back up. Get the two wires on there, this on here, and then put this nut on. And then the rest is fairly simple. And actually the top bolt is actually the worst one to get to. Usually the top bolt's an easy one. It ain't that bad, it's just a loom of wires right here. So I had to fish underneath that. Bottom one's where your negative battery cable connects to. So that wasn't too bad. But on. Doesn't look like a flywheel stripped or anything in there. That's the other possibility. I could have stripped some teeth off that and the starter spinning, just not engaging any teeth, but everything in there looks good. So I just can't tell. I mean, this spins fine. I just can't tell if that's turning the motor up there or not. That motor should turn and then the force kicks that out. But everything in the bottom half's turning. I mean, I just can't see anything whether the top is. So what I'm going to go do now is go pull out the book for this again. It does give a breakdown how to tear the starter apart. Now, I know I take these two bolts out here. That'll at least get me into this top gear. Maybe I can see something. But I believe there's like a gear here, another one over here, and one down here. And that's how it gets its reduction or whatever to spin it. So, like I say, it's likely something up in this one is stripped, or one of these. I just gotta go double check. I mean, if it's a gear down in here, then yeah, I gotta split this somehow. But that's what I'm gonna go do here now. I'm gonna go double check that, and I'm gonna go look at the diagrams again. See what it possibly could be, then look up again on New Holland's website, see if them are actually available before I even tear a part into it. If they're not available, no sense in really monkeying with it. I mean, like I say, I think this part, if the Bendix here had gone out, I think that's available. But who knows? So that's the progress I've made here so far. So now, like I said, now it's going to be the evaluation part to see which way I want to go with this, or how far I'm going to go with this right now. So when I get something figured out, I'll be back about it. Well, after doing a little look in the book here and then double checking prices through New Holland, I'm just getting another starter. I might go tear into this one here yet, but if I'd done that right, there should have been a clip before this So you don't think I'm making this shit up. But ever since Fiat took over New Holland, they have gone to hell. Their pricing makes absolutely no goddamn sense. Okay. Now, like I said before, through New Holland, I can get a reman starter for $237. And that's with a $51 cork charge. So if I don't take this starter in, I guess I'm going to get charged $286 for it. A new starter is $564. This armature right here, this is your motor. This is your solenoid here. I thought there was 2 gears in here, or 4, like I said, but there's only the one on the starter. There's one intermediate, and this is they call this an overriding clutch, but your solenoid. And they do show in the book here, this is your overriding clutch. There's these springs and balls in here. And that's what I'm thinking, one of these stripped over or something. I mean, this skid steer is 30-some years old. I'm sure them are probably rounded off and stripped in there or something is what I think the problem is. This is how the gears mesh. But them bearings and springs are discontinued. You can't get them. The gears are discontinued. You can't get them. But if you noticed the picture I had posted, the pricing. This armature for the motor is $564. You can buy the whole starter for $564. The clutch, this piece right here, is $1,021. The housing, I'm not sure which one's the housing, which housing it was. I'm assuming it's this housing here. Was $160, yeah, this front housing is $161. The solenoid for this overriding clutch is $752. No, this is a solenoid. It's parked back here. That's your solenoid. That's $752. So $752, $1,021, $564. That's over $2,200 just for them 3 parts. And you can get the whole starter for $500 or $273. I say I am gonna go over there and I'm gonna pop this motor off, see if I can see anything stripped in there, but I'm almost certain it's going to be that clutch there. I don't know if it's worth taking it to the starter shop. I mean, what I'll do next here now is I'm gonna look up the part numbers again, see if I can put them into like Napa or something, see if I come up something with that, or see if something pops up on eBay under that part number, because if that does, if I find out that's what's bad, it's 50-some bucks, well then maybe I'll go that route. But definitely not getting parts through New Holland. If I can find parts cheaper, that's what I'm going to do. So back to a little bit more searching. Well, this might not be too bad. We'll just see. Let me think until I get tore into it. After more searching, I was wrong. These gears, let's see them or not. The one off the armature, they're still available. That one's available. The idler gear, and then this gear on the overriding clutch is available. And I did find this overriding clutch on eBay. One came up for $45.54. That New Holland wants $1,021 for. So, like I say, until I tear into this, if it's something in that clutch, I guess there is a ball bearing that rides off the plunger from the solenoid too. So we'll see. I don't know if that's available or not, but I'm not exactly sure how. The older starters I knew how to hook up power to. I gotta play around with that. I'm gonna try to jump it, See when gauges, see what does spin here too. But if it's this gear that's stripped, which I don't think these gears are stripped. I think it's either these ball bearings in this clutch. Because I know the motor turns. We know that. It spins. Just something through here is not spinning. And the most logical thing is that something in this is stripped. And if it's a matter of 45 bucks for that, that's the way we're going to go. But yeah, I'm going to go back over there. And that ain't bad to get out. There's just, I got the picture, well, this one here. There's 2 screws, and this cover comes off, and then that pops out. There's a bearing right here. This is your overriding clutch part. This pops out here. Just how it does that. I think that's what's happening. It's spinning this, but not engaging what it needs to push that in to spin this flywheel. So like I say, we might get lucky here and just get away with that $45 piece. If it is the right one. It says in the description for that it's, what was it, 90, I think it was 94 and 95 lx4, I think it's a 485, and then you got the 565 and the 665, and it said 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, and I'm not sure if it said 99, if it went that far. But after seeing that, I do believe that skid steer is a 98, if I remember right. And I bought it in 2003. Because I can't be right. I didn't buy it that long. My dad died in 93. It's like next year or two I got the skid steer, or the round baler. Skid steer was 4 years old when I got it. I can't believe I bought it after 2000. 2002, 2003. It's quite possible, I guess. Yeah, that's probably what it was, because I bought it because I had done unloaded hay for years. And that's what it was. Yeah, it was probably about 2002, 2003 when I bought this skid steer. Yeah, that's fits about right. Alright. Yes, I guess the next step is tear into that and see what I'm going to get into. See just what it needs. Well, the decision's made simple. Just a matter of where to get one here now. It ain't much to tear this apart. Take these 2 long bolts that hold the motor against this housing. And then you take these 2 screws out. It pulls this housing off. This is the overriding clutch. Well, that's a bearing there for the drive and everything there. There's a little ball bearing. You probably can't see it. You gotta make sure you don't lose that. Of course, it ain't gonna matter if I lose this now because it's gone. It's gonna go for a ride because of this gear right here. This gear right here is supposed to be on the end of that. So I broke the shaft off the armature. The $500 and some armature. So, and I didn't look that up to see if I can find one of them online. At this point, bye. Not gonna monkey with it. Now you say, if it happened to be something in this mechanism, I didn't pop this out of here. No need to. But if it was this that I could get for 45 bucks, yeah, I would consider it. I don't know if it came with that bearing or not, but regardless, it don't matter. So that makes it simple what the problem is. Like I say, I just got to figure out, make up my mind whether I want to spend $237 at the dealer, $270 something at Napa, or wait a week by the time I order one and get it around that it's, like I said, I seen one for like 160 bucks from a place I think is pretty reputable. Whether they are getting reputable rebuilt ones, new ones, whatever they are, I say, you get something like that, yeah, it might last a month. It might snap as soon as I get it in there. Who knows what they are. But at least I know what the problem is here now. So I guess with that being said, I'm going to stick this back together. So I got the core, because like I said, if I go up to New Holland to get one, I'm assuming I'm going to get charged $286, so I don't have one of these. I don't think it's $237 minus a $51 core, so either way, I don't need this around here. So again, I guess it's one good thing is I found out what's wrong. One bad thing is the screwing around. So, but that's what the problem is. So thanks for watching. We'll catch up to you later.